We also use a mouthwash that is not Smurf Blue. We use something that is made with herbs. And so I'm going to show you how to make that today. With just a few herbs and a few ingredients, you can make this as well, and you can keep it in your bathroom for up to a week, natural, or up to 3 months if you add some ingredients to it. So we're going to start with our herbs, and we're going to go through them one at a time. We've got basil, we've got peppermint and parsley, and sage. I think we're going to incorporate fresh as well as the dried into this tea. So the process is pretty simple. We're going to actually make a tea. We're going to let it cool. We're going to strain it, and then we're going to add a little bit of alcohol and salt to it to preserve it, and also to add minerals to it for oral health and for cleanliness. So I'm going to get started by adding some distilled water, and it's important to use distilled water because you want something that is inert. Tap water has the fluoride in it. It has other minerals and things like that in it, and bacteria. Therefore, if you're putting it into something you're going to store long term, the chances of it collecting and growing bacteria are significantly higher. We want to avoid that. So start off with distilled water, and then we're going to bring that to a boil in our kettle. You can hear the kettle starting to get ready to boil. In the meantime, we're going to start with our herbs. I'm going to use this basket to infuse the herbs with the hot water, making a very strong tea. So in our tea basket, we're going to be using the peppermint and the parsley. Parsley is good for fresh breath. It's got great flavor. It's full of vitamin K. Obviously, you're not going to be swallowing this, but you may absorb it through your gums. Peppermint, obviously, is very zingy. It's also antibacterial and antimicrobial. So we're going to add a teaspoon of each of those herbs into our basket. Then we're going to add in some basil. Basil is antimicrobial, antibacterial, and it tastes great too. So we're going to add a tablespoon of that. Sage is incredibly antimicrobial. You sage your space to make it free of bad juju as well as bacteria. We're going to do the same thing in our infused tea. For our mouthwash, we're going to use a teaspoon of that. And for giggles, I'm going to use a couple of leaves of my fresh basil and some fresh parsley from my tragically sad and nearly spent arrow garden.